Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review The Brutalist, and this is a new epic drama coming to you from director and writer Brady Corbett. And this film focuses on the story of Laszlo Tott, who is a Hungarian Jewish immigrant to America, who was a renowned brutalist architect back in his home country and winds up being commissioned by a rich industrialist entrepreneur played by Guy Pearce. And this story is a grand scoping, just large drama that somehow was made for like $8 million, which blows my mind. But this film has so many themes and ideas that it's tackling, all really rooted in the story of immigrants and anti-Semitism and the experiences of Jewish people coming to America post-World War II. And this film deals with the xenophobia of, being accused of things that you didn't do because you're a Jewish person and people don't trust you. The film has, I'm just gonna mention the elephant in the room, which there's one particular narrative choice that happens in this film that I completely understand what they're trying to say and really trying to reinforce the way that Jewish people were taken advantage of and the leveraged by rich people here in America for their talents and their skills. And there's one particular choice that the film makes in Laszlo's story in relation to another character that you're just kind of like, well, that was a choice. And it's still sitting weird with me. And I feel like it goes a bridge too far trying to hammer home this particular theme. And I think the film was doing just fine presenting a rich tapestry of different ways that immigrants, and specifically Jewish immigrants, were being taken advantage of, or things were done to them that affected them so adversely. And this film deals with so many rich ideas, and it has a flawed but talented genius at the center of it. And this is about invention and creativity and an expression of the Jewish experience. And Laszlo is a challenging person. From the start, you see some of the first things that he's doing in America are not exactly oh, okay, this is a married man, and these are some of the things he's doing right away. The first things he does when he gets off the boat. And it challenges you to see this man who has been through so much, but he longs for his wife, but there's this tension, and he becomes jaded and absorbed into his creativity and his experience creating this giant project for this very rich man. And there's all of those elements, and there's a lot of tension in his relationship with his wife, who doesn't even appear until post-intermission. You start with his relationship with his cousin, Attila, and all of these different relationships that are leveraged to show just how hard it was for immigrants to come to this country and to make things work, but also how hard it is to connect with somebody who sees their talents up here. And the journey that Laszlo goes on, from being very humbled at the beginning of the film, but still confident in what he does, to honestly a little monstrous. And it's a fascinating exploration of this character. And this film, the cinematography with its VistaVision is just sprawling and dynamic and epic in scale. It is absolutely gorgeous. The visual elements of this film will blow you away. And there's certain shots, there's this marble quarry in Italy that is just a couple of shots just in unbelievable. And Lowell Crawley, who is the cinematographer, captures something so impressive. And Daniel Blumberg, who creates this score that is so triumphant and magnificent and emotive and at times eerie and unnerving, really captures this. And just the way the production design, this specific structure is awe-inspiring, and you see the process of how it comes together. This film, from a technical standpoint, is just off the charts. And from an acting standpoint, Adrian Brody gives such a towering performance as Laszlo, with so much raw emotion and feeling on the surface there. And his journey, his vulnerability, his confidence, his rage, all of these complex emotions coming together. And seeing him weary from his drug use and all of these different elements. Felicity Jones, who plays his wife, like I said, doesn't come in until like halfway through the film, but she is so powerful and has this force with her chemistry with Brody, going back and forth with each other. Guy Pearce just might have given the best performance of his career. There's one particular scene where he really talks about his character's backstory, and it's just riveting to watch him talk in this film and express that. And you have the likes of Alessandra Nivola, who plays Attila, Laszlo's cousin, who's great in that first piece of this film. And Joe Alwyn, who plays Guy Pearce's son, is just so slimy and smarmy and just punchable. And he plays that character so perfectly, like to a frustrating point, because you really do hate that character so much. There's so much about this film, even if I think a big linchpin to this is the runtime, which honestly I feel like without the intermission it's 3 hours and 20 minutes. It moves and it has a great pace to it, and it's fully engrossing at every given moment, which is how gorgeous the cinematography is. The music is powerful and these performances. But the runtime's going to be a big roadblock, and that particular narrative choice I think is going to be a big linchpin for a lot of people if this crosses the finish line or it kind of implodes upon itself. Because the first 2/3 of this film, even 3/4 of this film, really deliver incredibly. And it's that last stretch that you might question a little bit, does this quite get us there? Does this really take us in this direction? I don't think it derails this film. I think it's a choice, and it does lead to some powerful moments, and it has good elements around it. And this film is still a miraculous achievement all around. This is a film and to check out on a giant IMAX screen. What an experience this is. But those are my thoughts on The Brutalist. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.